Greetings, YouTube. Here's the deal. It's really, really late. It's by the time this gets on YouTube, it'll be 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. I have spent all day behind the scenes on the phone gearing up for the biggest, spontaneous, most important trip of my life next week, which will also mean I'll be away from my channel and MCFC for maybe the longest period of time since I started my channel 3.5 years ago. Kind of exciting, kind of scary. Stay tuned. But because of that, I didn't check the Line app until I was getting ready for bed, which has now become my custom routine. And I was unaware of the drama and the controversy surrounding this post in front of you until now. And the first time I received a message on it was like 10 hours ago, maybe even like 12 hours ago. Just crazy. So this is the message that all of us should have received today in our inboxes. Cyber Weekend sales are coming. Special deals await you. And this was a big takeaway. In fact, to me, the biggest takeaway of this was that Thronebreaker was indeed going to get its own progression level of rewards. And that was something that I've been asked so many times in the past month. And yes, that's why they did this more than anything, so they can make money getting people to progress to the next title. But this blue sentence at the end caused so much confusion and outrage that I have been told from a number of people who sent me screenshots before these things were deleted, and this is generally a family-friendly channel. There are things that I could not read that people were typing because they read this as something that I didn't exactly, but thought, well, maybe. The sentence says the sales presented will not be altered or added to during the Cyber Weekend. I do think they've used similar language in the past, even as recent as July 4th. Now, you can read this plainly, and you can interpret this as exactly what it says, which is that there will not be any further sales during this 4-day period. This is what they're going to be. They're going to be around from Friday through Tuesday morning. And that is that. Friday, November 27th, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to Tuesday, December 1st, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we know that Tuesday, December 1st will probably bring us the monthly cards for December as well. Stay tuned. Some of you read that and thought it meant that unlike in years past, you could not get a new set of progression-based rewards if you advanced up one or multiple tiers of progression. And I've seen people do up to 2, maybe even 3 when they have saved up that many units, or they'll use their units from Cyber Weekend sales to progress that much, which is kind of a brilliant move, though it can cost literally thousands of dollars when you consider if you buy everything on a progression level, it's going to cost you about $600 plus tax, and that's American. So if you live in a country that your currency isn't as strong against the dollar as a 1-to-1 ratio, which is quite a few countries out there, then you're going to be paying more than that. So this was the drama this afternoon while I was on the phone preparing for a trip. Because of that, we got this message from Kabam Mike. Hey, everybody. So we've never commented on this, which I don't think is actually true. I think they sent out a message last time letting people know that you could get multiple progression titles as an incentive. I actually remember making a video about that where I was kind of shocked they were that blunt about the unlockable progression levels, because of course the people who've already unlocked everything to the top, which at that point was Cavalier, were going to be upset by it because they felt like it wasn't fair and they wish they could get uncollected in Cavalier, but they can't. And I'm sure those same people probably feel the same about, say, Cavalier and Thronebreaker. But the message continues, so we've never commented on this because it's never been an intended reaction, and I cannot guarantee that it will always be this way, but if you change progression levels, meaning progression levels during the Cyber Weekend sales, you should receive the next tier of offers. While I can't guarantee it 100%, I am very confident in it. That last sentence is like the most agnostic, least convincing sentence I've ever read Kabam Mike type, and that is really saying something. So I read this to mean what I've always thought, and that's Kabam has every incentive in the world to keep unlocking new offers based off of progression because they make a ton more money off of it. Imagine buying up all of the Cavalier offers, $600 worth, and then progressing to be a throne breaker, maybe thanks to the help of those Cavalier offers, and then unlocking another $600 worth of offers. You're giving Kabam $1,200 plus tax instead of $600. So this is a brilliant way for Kabam to code this stuff to actually benefit their pocketbook while also benefiting the player, though they're spending as much as some people would on their first car on a mobile video game. I also have to say this. Kabam doesn't intend for this coding to be around. It's in the game. We know this because multiple people have received multiple progression levels of compensation packages for the past several years when you've progressed, and there's been progression-based compensation for sometimes days, sometimes weeks after the compensation package came into the game, because until the coding goes away, usually with the next patch, it's around for the player to take advantage of. And Kabam is all about making more money with progression levels on certain holiday deals, but giving out more free items, they don't want to do that, and yet the coding tied their hands, and it's the same coding or the same concept of coding that they're doing now for these Cyber Weekend offers. So that is the controversy. I'm so tired and it's so late I can't even say a basic word. That's embarrassing. That's the controversy. That's the drama. That's the clarification. If it was me, I feel confident, as Kabam Mike said in this last sentence, that it's going to be the same as it's always been for the past 3 holidays. And so if I'm you, I would, if I'm uncollected, get right up to getting ready to become Cavalier and then stop and then just progress on that day. Same with the Thronebreaker. Thronebreaker's a little bit more complicated because of not only the Act 6 completion, but the Rank 3 6-star. What I would do if I was Cavalier members watching this, I would go all the way to complete Act 6 now, and then figure out what 6-star I'm going to take up to Rank 3, and that's how I'm going to unlock the Thronebreaker title when I log back into the game. And when you log back into the game, once you've got the new progression title, that's when the new rewards should pop up. I hope there's somebody brave enough and maybe reckless enough for spending, of course people spend this every day on this game somehow, to go from Conqueror to Thronebreaker in one weekend. Wouldn't that be a story worth featuring on the channel? That's my challenge to somebody out there. If you're waiting for the MCOC signal to light up in the sky, I've just flashed it. What a weird way to end a video. But again, I'm on very little sleep. I'm planning a cross-country road trip, and I am in need of lots of things, including some kind of mental cognition coherence before the sunrise of Wednesday. So have a great rest of your morning, because if you're across the pond, you're waking up to this video, but hopefully if you're in the United States or a similar time zone, you're actually either asleep or going to bed. Team Insomnia for the win, always, forever, and yes, I mean that in the most unfortunate and sarcastic way possible.